Students, today I will explain you about the reproductive health. Okay, let's start today's session. Then what is reproductive health? According to World Health Organization, WHO, reproductive health means a total well-being in all aspects of reproduction. That is physical, emotional, social and behavioral. Reproductive health ensure a responsible, safe and satisfying reproductive life. Now, birth control or family planning. Then the population of our country is increasing day by day. India's population has already crossed 100 crores. If the present trend of population increasing continuously, very soon there will be scarcity of the food, adequate clothing, good housing, proper medical care and education, etc. So, the birth control is the regulation of conceptions by preventive measures or the devices to control the number of the offspring is called birth control. Then, what are the what's the meaning of conception? Conception, it is a contraception. The main word is contraception. Contraception is the avoidance of the pregnancy, and there are several methods for it. The first is barrier method, second is chemical method, then intrauterine contraceptive devices are also available, the natural method and surgical method. Now we will discuss one by one. The first is the barrier method. These are physical devices to prevent the entry of the sperm in the female genital tract during the copulation. And they also protect against the sexually transmitted diseases. Some common barriers are uh, condom and diaphragm, etc. Condom is a tube made up of rubber, and the ejaculate gets collected in the tube and not discharged into the vagina. And diaphragm is a flexible rubber plastic cover that fits over the cervix in the female vagina and checks the entry of the sperm into the uterus. Now, next is chemical method. Foam tablets, jellies, paste, creams, and the spermicides are some common chemicals used by the females, and these are placed into the vagina. And these chemical adhere to the mucous membrane, and they kill the sperms. And oral pills are also there. These oral pills to inhibit the ovulation. What is ovulation? Ovulation is the release of the ovum from the ovary. They check this process, and they are these are mainly hormonal preparation and contain the estrogen and progesterone. They are called oral contraceptive or OCs. Okay, now next is intrauterine contraceptive devices. These are also called IUCDs, right? And the examples are uh, devices such as made up of copper T, and it also may be of plastic and stainless steel. A copper T is inserted into the uterus by a skilled doctor or nurse, and it prevents the implantation in the uterus. And the other intrauterine contraceptive devices are loops and shields, spiral springs also, and these can be placed for long period, approximately up to the 5 years. The drawback associated with these devices are bleeding and discomfort. IUCDs may come out even without the um, woman's knowledge. Now next, natural method. These this method includes maybe avoid copulation, rhythmic period, avoid copulation around the time of ovulation, that is a 14-day from the first menstrual cycle. Now, next is surgical method. Surgical method. There are some surgical method. The first is the vasectomy, which is for the males. In the males, if this process is done, then it is called vasectomy, and if it is in female, then it is called tubectomy. This process is called tubectomy. Now see one by one. Vasectomy, this is a small surgical operation performed in males, and it involved removal of the small portion of the was difference or sperm duct by the surgical operation, and the two cuts, you can see the cuts. These cut ends are then tied with threads. This prevent the sperm from coming out. Now next is tubectomy. This is in females, same process but in females. This is a surgical operation which involved removal of the small portion of the fallopian tube. This tube, you can see this tube. This is also called oviduct by surgical operation, and the cut ends are then tied with the threads. It prevents the egg to enter into the uterus, right? Okay. Now next is sexually transmitted diseases. Next topic is sexually transmitted diseases. The infectious diseases, that is a communicable diseases which spread from an infected person to the healthy person by the sexual contact. They are called the sexually transmitted diseases, right? And the human beings suffer from over 30 different kind of the sexually transmitted diseases. They are usually caused by the bacteria, protozoan, and viruses. The common are some common diseases are, first is gonorrhea, second is syphilis, then AIDS. Now see one by one. Gonorrhea, it is caused by the bacterium called Neisseria gonorrhoeae, right? And the victim feels burning sensation and pain during the urination, and the disease cause inflammation of the mucous membrane of the urinogenital tract, rectum, throat, eyes also. There may be pus from the genital organs, and it is spread by the sexual contact. The disease is easily curable with the antibiotics. Then second is the syphilis. Now see, this is also a bacterial disease. Trypanosoma pallidum cause lesions in the genital tract. The disease is chronic illness which affect the mucous membrane in the genital and rectal and the oral regions and cause the lesions in it. Infection occur by the sexual intercourse and from mother to child also. It is also easily curable, cured with antibiotics. By taking antibiotics, it can be cured. Next is AIDS. The full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. The disease AIDS is caused by a virus that is called HIV virus, right? It is a fast spreading incurable disease which weakens the immune system of the body. And the main symptoms are of this disease: damage of the brain, unexplained fever, unexplained loss of appetite, unexplained loss of weight over a short time, chronic diarrhea, cough, night sweat, and shortness of the breath and severe weakness. Symptoms are not fixed, right? And how the AIDS is spread, then spread it is transmitted only by the unprotected sex with the infected partner, use of the contaminated needles and syringe to inject drugs or vaccines, and use of the contaminated razors for saving, and transfusion of infected blood or blood products, right? Okay, then 1 December is celebrated as the world's AIDS day.